Good evening, children. Today we will discuss about the topic our Earth. We learned in the previous classes only in the 7th and 8th, 6th classes regarding about the Earth. On the Earth, what are the landforms are there? Mountains, plateaus, plains, valleys, etc. These all we could learn in the part of in the previous classes. Now we will discuss about the Earth, how it was formed, the evolution of the Earth, and how was the universe was started itself. These all we will discuss in the part of now in our topic. Now we will discuss about the topic our Earth. Regarding about the our Earth and universe, regarding about these all the issues, so many scientists having n number of debates in front of them. Finally, in the medieval history of the part of time, one of the most prominent personality, or we can call him as a scientist, Ptolemy. Name is called what? Ptolemy. He proposed geocentric theory. What he proposed? Geocentric theory. Geocentric theory is nothing but the Earth is a center figure of the solar system. Around the Earth means here what? Earth is the center figure of the position. In the place of Earth here we can find see Sun will be there. So around the Earth remaining all the planets and including the Sun was revolving and they rotating on their orbits. It has done. But later on, after a few years, again one more personality, the Copernicus. He proposed the what? Heliocentric theory. Heliocentric theory. Heliocentric theory means nothing but what it is. The Sun is the center figure of the solar system. Heliocentric theory means what here? In the place of Earth, he kept what here? The Sun, and in the Sun place, Earth was there here. But most of the people did not accept the heliocentric theory. Why? Because at that time, church was prominently playing the church was playing a dominant role in the society, and they were not able to accepting, and they were but accepted with the Ptolemy geocentric theory was the correct, and they did not accept the new theory and what is exactly and the scientific. Later on, after the Catholic Church has given a permission to the Galileo, Galileo, he proved with the help of telescope. The Sun is the center figure of the solar system. Around the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. These are what he has proposed the heliocentric theory. Later on, the Galileo has proved with the help of telescope. Sun is the center figure of the solar system.
Have you ever wondered what is beyond planet Earth? Our solar system. People have known about it since 200 BCE. Their idea of the solar system was very different from ours because it put the Earth in the middle, not the Sun. This theory was discovered by a man named Ptolemy, and he lived in ancient Greece. For many years, his theory of outer space satisfied people because it explained what they saw every night.
Each night they saw stars and planets in one position and one place per night. Every night the stars stayed in their position but changed places in the sky, while the planets changed place and position altogether. So Ptolemy thought that the Earth was in the center of everything and the planets orbited around the Earth.
Even though this theory lasted 1400 years, it was eventually proved wrong. Now, everyone believes in
for this theory. Copernicus was a Polish scientist who was never believed about his ideas until Galileo proved him right. He saw 4 moons revolving around Jupiter and that Venus goes through the same phases similar to the moon. The heliocentric theory says that the Sun is in the center and planets orbit around it.
Today, with all this technology around us, including telescopes, it is easy to tell that the heliocentric model
itself started 13.7 billion years ago. universe itself started. 13.7 billion years ago. So here also so many scientists proposed so many theories regarding about the universe, which was the most acceptable theory we can find on the basis of theories by the scientists. One is the Big Bang theory. Big Bang theory. The Big Bang theory was proposed by the Abbe-George Lamaitre. It was the only most of the acceptable by the all the scientists, and here so many number of theories are there. We will discuss one by one. Abbe-George Lamaitre. By this theory, the most of the universe, it was bombarded with the massive rocks and later on collided, and now how we can find the sun and some other planets is all has the form in the universe. It has proved by the Abbe-George Lamaitre, and most of the other scientists also accepted by the Big Bang theory. Other theories, what are they? Will discuss. Nebula theory, gaseous theory, planetesimal theory, tidal theory, these all theories were proposed by the many scientists. Nebula theory, gaseous theory, planetesimal theory, tidal theory, binary stars theory, and Big Bang theory. Out of this, most of the thing the acceptable by only the Big Bang theory, which was proposed by the Abbe-George Lamaitre. How the stars are there, which are having the fixed in the place, and how the sun is rotating its own self, and how the planets are rotating and revolving around the sun. This all has clearly explained to us by the Big Bang theory here. Now we'll discuss about the Earth. It was formed, Earth, 4.6 billion years ago. 4.6 billion years ago. Earth was formed 4.6 billion ago. Earth rotates its own self and it revolves around the sun. Earth rotates on its own axis and it revolves around the sun. Earth rotates from the west to east direction with the speed of 1620 km per hour. Due to the what will happen for us Earth rotation, the day and night for us occurs and seasonal changes also occurs for us due to the Earth rotation. Here, what is the duration of the Earth rotation? We should learn about the duration of the Earth rotation. Earth rotation duration is what? 23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.09 seconds. Earth rotates on its own axis in the west to east direction and it revolves around the sun. Here, to duration of the Earth rotation, (23 hours, 56 minutes, 4.09 seconds of the Earth rotation. What is the result of Earth rotation? Day and night occurs for us and the change of seasonal changes for us. And Earth revolutions. Earth revolves around the sun. It took 1,07,200 km per hour. With this speed, Earth revolves around the sun. So, for one revolution, Earth will take duration 365 1 by 4 days. How much? For Earth one revolution, 365 1 by 4 days it will take. Here, what do you mean by 1 by 4? I think you know all of you regarding about the leap year concept. For every 4 years, we will add one day. 365 plus 1, 366 in the leap year. So here what is the 1 by 4 means? For example, per day how many hours for us? 24 hours. 24 into 1 by 4. 4 1 the 4 6 means 1 by 4 equal to 6 hours. 1 by 4 equal to 6 hours. So 6 into 4, 24. That is the what? In the leap year we will add 1 day extra. Here the earth revolution took place 365, 1 by 4 days, 1 revolution. What is the result of earth revolution? What is the result of earth revolution? It occurs for us day and night differences. What? Day and night differences. It changes the wind direction. It changes the what? Wind direction. And it changes the ocean currents direction also. Changes the ocean current direction, wind directions, and day and night differences occurs due to the earth revolution. In the earth rotation, what will for us change? The day and night only occurs for us, and seasonal changes only occurs for us. Here in the part of, we'll discuss somewhat about the earth, how does will be moved, earth. Here sometimes the sun rays fall on us directly, straightly here. So while revolving earth revolves around the sun, sometimes sun will come for us very near to the earth, very near to the earth. That is position we can call what as a perihelion. Sun comes very near to the earth. At the time we can call that is the what? Closest position of the sun to the earth is called what? Perihelion. At that time the distance between the sun and earth how much? 147 million kilometers. 147 million kilometers. The sun will come very near to the earth position. At the same time sometimes sun become a farthest position to the earth. Farthest position to the earth. At the time 152 million kilometers will be there distance between the earth and sun. And here when the sun comes to the near to the earth, that position is called what? Perihelion. What is the distance? 147 million kilometers. When the sun moves to the farthest position to the earth is called what? Aphelion. At the time we can find what? 152 million kilometers. In the normal time, the sun and between the earth, the distance occurs for us 149.4 million kilometers. 149.4 million kilometers in the normal time. Here, when this occurs, we have to find the dates. The perihelion occurs to us on January 3rd. On January 3rd. Aphelion occurs on July 4th for us. The perihelion occurs when? On January 3rd. Aphelion occurs for us when? July 4th. The earth rotates on its own axis. It is called what? The earth orbit. Orbit is nothing but the earth while revolves around the sun. The path of the earth is called what? Orbit. And here we discuss about the perihelion as well as aphelion.
Theory. But first of all, let's understand what is the universe. The universe can be defined as the totality of everything that exists. That includes all matter, energy, planets, stars, galaxies, and all the content that is present in the intergalactic space. Now let's discuss the theories of origin and evolution of the universe one by one. The theory number 1 is the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory was proposed by Lee Matter and Gamow. This theory says that the whole matter of the universe was once concentrated in an extremely dense and hot fireball at the beginning of the universe. And then, very big explosion occurred nearly 20 billion years ago. This big explosion was named the Big Bang. This big explosion caused the matter to break into pieces. The highly concentrated matter was thrown out with a high speed in all the directions that later formed stars and galaxies. These stars and galaxies are still moving away from each other. Our universe is expanding.
Now we will discuss about the evolution of the Earth. Earth, it has started initially 4.6 billion years ago. To the present situation, it has taken some several years of how the Earth is formed, the 7 continents and the 5 oceans about this one. It has taken several billions of years to us to take in the present portion of the Earth. It was starting initially, it was very hot and it was a very massive rocks and bombarded at the same time with the materials from the space. And later, if you take a thick soap, if you boil it on the bowl, you can find the lighter particles will become onto the top of the place and the heavy particles will become onto the bottom of the place. The same way as the Earth also, the light particles also in the several stages it has come to the change in the part of now present position, the crust, and which is the light part, and crust is floating on the mantle. Crust is floating on the mantle. Mantle means it is a heavy particles of the Earth and the light particles we can find as a crust. And later on, if you take an example, from the both sides, if you apply any power from the both place, what will happen? The powers when it flows, here the Earth also will be formed into the wrinkling. In this space only, like that, the mountains has formed on the land. The like wrinklings, mountains, and now we can find the plateaus or plains which we having. We can take the what is the mountain and plateau and plains and land at the same time oceans parts, how these all forms in the part of evolution of the Earth. Initially there was no oxygen on the Earth. There was no oxygen on the Earth and there was no creature also. Slowly it has taken several years to form the rainfall and slowly it has formed the oceans and next the creatures were created. Now we will discuss about the internal structure of the Earth. Earth, it consists in the part of 3 layers are there. One is crust, second is mantle, third is core. The Earth having how many layers? 3 layers. The first layer, crust, second layer, mantle, this one, core. There are 3 internal layers of the Earth. First one is crust, second is mantle, third is core. The crust is having inside the Earth up to the 100 kilometers of the depth we can find. How much depth? Up to 100 kilometers of the depth. After that, mantle from 100 kilometers to 2900 kilometers depth we can find here the mantle from 100 to 2900 kilometers depth. Coming to the core, 2900 to 6376 kilometers depth. 2900 to 6376. Again the core is having 2 types. One is outer core, second is inner core. Coming to the outer core, from 2900 to 5100. Inner core, 5100 to 6376 kilometers. Now we will discuss clearly. Coming to the crust part, what elements are there in the crust? We can find silicon, aluminum, some other materials which you can find in the crust layer. Coming to the mantle, silicon and magnesium, some part of the here we can find. Coming to the core, here we can find two parts are there. One is outer core, second is inner core. Coming to the outer core, 2,900 kilometers to 5,100 kilometers it was spread, and coming to the inner core, 5,100 kilometers to 6,376 kilometers it has spread. Here we can find nickel and iron in the outer core. In the inner core we can find here iron and heavy particles like gold we can find. Heavy particles like we can find here what? Iron and gold. Coming to here nickel and iron. Here we can find silicon, magnesium, silicon, aluminum. These are the elements we can find in the crust, mantle, outer core, inner core. Here one most prominent famous scientist, we can call him as a Suez scientist. Suez scientist. He proposed these all the names differently. From the silicon he took Si, and from the aluminum he took Al. In the starting word two letters he took. So the crust is called what? Cl, and the mantle is called silicon C and Ma, Sema, and from the core he took the nickel and iron. Iron is also called ferrous, we can call nickel and iron. So he kept what? Ni and Fe, Nife. So these the layers are designed the names by the Suez scientist. Silicon, aluminum he took the C and Al. Next coming to the Sema, Sima. From the nickel and iron, Nif. These are the what? Internal layers of the earth on the base of this depth. As you take in the internal part of the earth has its radius 6,440 kilometers approximately. Approximately 6,440 kilometers the earth radius. As you are going from the crust to inside the part of the earth part, as you are moving from crust to inside the part of the layer, for every 32 meters, for every 32 meters, if you are going inside the earth, 1 degree Celsius increase the temperature. 1 degree Celsius increase the temperature. Along with the temperature, pressure also will be increased as you are moving inside the earth. So far this much technology has increased on the earth by the so many scientists and so many prominent engineers, and we can find, but till now we have entered into the earth up to only 3 kilometers. Up to only 3 kilometers means 3,000 meters or 3.5 kilometers we can call that one. More than that, not more than that. And more than that, if you want to move or if you want to go inside the earth, they are sending through the pipes through technology. That's it. To identify the various natural gas, what we can find or anything, the all things in the part of that one. So we have went unto the up to where 3.5 kilometers only. What is the radius of the earth? 6,440 kilometers. What is, if you see, if you moving from crust to the inner core, when you go inside the here, what happens here? The earth, it looks not like a rocky, at the same time not like a completely clay. It is in the part of medium stage. It will be some part of the soft and some part of the hard particle we can find. Like a clay we can find here. Here, if you are moving inside earth, for every 32 meters, 1 degree centigrade temperature will be increased for us. As well as increase the temperature, it increase the pressure also for us. Now we will discuss about the how does the present continents are formed and how does the oceans came to changes in the previous what was there and who proposed the theory. Now we will discuss. German meteorologist, geophysicist, his name is called what as a Alfred Wegener. He proposed the what as a continental drift theory. Alfred Wegener proposed what? Continental drift theory. As per his what he said, now we are having 7 continents and 5 oceans. Before that it was having only one continent. It was called what? As a Pangaea. Pangaea. Pangaea means nothing but it came from the Greek word. It came from the Greek word. What is the meaning of Pangaea? Means nothing but whole land. After several stages, some 220 million years ago, 100 million years ago, 70 million years ago, 50 million years ago, as it has taken several changes, this supercontinent has split it into the so many parts, like 7 continents. Now we are seeing into the present position. So it has happened in the Mesozoic era. Mesozoic era. Some millions of years we can declare in the part of what? So many difficult terminology names are there. So that you can call as a Mesozoic era we can call. So starting it was called only the one continent, that is called what as a supercontinent. That name we can call as a here Pangaea. Later on this supercontinent has split into the 2 parts. It has split into the 2 parts. So one is Laurentia or Angara land, second is Gondwana land. Laurentia, Angara land, and second is what? Gondwana land. So Laurentia, Angara land, here we can find which are there in this continent, like North America, Eurasia, north part of Indian subcontinent, we can take some etc. For example, so Laurasia or Angara land we can call. Second is what here? Gondwana land. It was split into the 2 parts. Which one? The Pangaea. Here what are the present continents will come under the Laurasia or Angara land. North America, Eurasia, north part of Indian subcontinent. Here Eurasia means we can call Europe and Asia. This is called what? Eurasia. We have to consider the place. Coming to the Gondwana land. South America, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, Arabia, like this some etc. will come in the part of Gondwana land. Here the Laurentia and Gondwana, between the 2 places we have can find one sea, that is called what as a Tethys Sea. Tethys Sea. Tethys Sea. It is having a shallow inland sea which is divided in the Laurentia and Gondwana into the 2 parts. Which one? The Pangaea supercontinent was divided into the 2 parts by the Tethys Sea. So what are the places we can find the continents come under the Laurentia part? One is North America, Eurasia, and north part of Indian subcontinent etc. And in the coming the part of Gondwana land, South America continent will come here, Africa, Australia, Antarctica, Arabia, some except like Malaysia, these all comes in the part of Gondwana land. till now we discussed about the how does the evolution of the earth was started, and next internal layers also we discussed just now. And now we will go to the topic of what? Latitudes and longitudes. On a globe, the latitudes and longitudes drawn in a network is called what? As a grid. For example, if you take a globe, these are called latitudes. Here north, here south, 90 degrees, north pole, 90 degrees, south pole, north pole and south pole we can call. These are called as a imaginary lines or parallel lines. As well as here it draws exactly in this position. These are called longitudes. And this square on a globe, the longitudes and latitudes which drawn as a network is called what? Grid. What is called? This square type is called what? Grid. And these are the what? Latitudes, and these are the what? Longitudes. Coming to the latitudes and longitudes, both are called imaginary lines and parallel lines we can call. Here we will discuss one by one about the latitudes and longitudes. We will discuss now clearly. Equator, here the line which is drawn exactly between the center or middle of the earth, which is drawn horizontally to make the earth into the two parts. One is called the equator above to the north side is called northern hemisphere, and equator to the down is called what? Southern hemisphere. Here if you observe, we can find the 5 important latitude lines are there on the globe. Here first one is called what? Equator, and 23 degrees north latitude is called what? Tropic of Cancer, and 66.5 north latitude is called what? Arctic Circle. 23.5 south latitude is called Tropic of Capricorn. 66.5 south latitude is called what? Antarctic Circle. And above 90 degrees south is called what? South Pole, and here the North Pole. These lines are drawn horizontally, and these are called imaginary lines. These are called parallel lines. The equator, it is called 0 degree latitude, and itself is called equator, and the greatest circle, which makes the earth into the two parts. One is the northern hemisphere part, second is southern hemisphere part. Totally, if you observe from equator to north pole, here we can find 90 latitudes are there. How many? 90 latitudes. As you observe from equator to southern hemisphere till south pole, here also 90 latitudes. Without including the equator, total we have 180 latitudes are there. Here in the northern hemisphere, how many? 90 latitudes are there. In the southern hemisphere, 90 latitudes are there. Total how many? 180 latitudes are there for us. If we add equator, we can find how many? Total 181 latitudes are there. What are the use of latitude for us? What are the use of latitudes? We can find the location of the place. So in India location where and Pakistan location where, USA location, we can find with the help of place, latitudes we can help for us. Next, the latitude word meaning. What is the meaning of the latitude? Latitude. It came from the latitudo word. It came from the latitudo word. Meaning means width. Meaning means what? Width. Latitude came from the which word? Latitude, it's a Greek word and its meaning what? Width. So total how many are there? 181 latitudes are there, including the equator. If you not include the equator, we can find how many? 180 are there. In the northern hemisphere 90 latitudes, in the southern hemisphere 90 latitudes. These are the important latitudes which are drawn on the globe. We can call these are imaginary lines or parallel lines, and these are called circles. These are called what? Circles. As you can find on the globe, it is a circles. When it is moving from equator to polar regions, it became not a circle, it became as a like just a point. It became as a just like as a point. Here we can find all the circles. Now we will discuss about the longitude topic. Longitude, it came derived from the longitudo, meaning means what? Length. In the previous topic we discussed what? Latitude. It is having how many? Total 181 latitudes. We will discuss here. This is called what? 0 degree longitude. Exactly in the middle of the globe you can find what? 0 degree longitude. And it is called 0 degree prime meridian. It is also called 0 degree and Greenwich meridian also we can call, and 0 degree longitude. These are all called to this name only. How we call 0 degree latitude is the equator, the greatest circle. This is also called what as a 0 degree longitude, Greenwich meridian. Or 0 degree prime meridian it is called. So exact the, if you make half here to the north, south, east, west, it divides the globe into the western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. As you know, just now we discussed about the equator. It divides the globe into the what? Northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere. By this we can find here what? Western hemisphere and eastern hemisphere. By this longitude, what it is useful to us? It helps us to find the time. It helps us to find the time. With the help of latitude, what we now discuss, with the help of latitude, it locate the place. Now, with the help of longitude, to find the time. For example, what is the Indian Standard Time? What is the USA time zone? What is the Russian time zone? How many time zones? These all we can help with the longitudes. These also called imaginary lines. These also called parallel lines. But these are called meridians and these are called semicircles. These are called what? Semicircles. The longitude touch each and every latitude and it cuts the latitude and through the crossing from north pole to the south pole. If you take an example, if we draw, this is the equator. For example, just observe. These are the what? We observe as a latitudes. Here, the longitude when it's observed here, it is each and every latitude touching and it is cutting the place. If you observe this one, what just now we discussed the what as a grid network we can call. On the globe, longitude and latitude, which is grid. With the help of grid, we can locate the place and find the time zone also. So here, these are also called imaginary lines. These are also called semicircles, meridians, and the main longitude is called what? 0 degree longitude. Most of the countries have a lot of countries, which is the call we have to accept the time zone, which is the main prime meridian time zone here. So here the England has ruled several countries. Most of the countries ruled by the England only, and later on what happened, and no one has to be accept the other time zone, so which is passing through the England at London place, they have accepted as a international, this we can call as a 0 degree longitude, which is passing through the London. Several countries having a confusion to find which is the we have to accept the or which we have to follow the main longitude, and England has taken the advantage. It has ruled the many of the countries, and most of the countries ruled by the England only, and it designed the what 0 degree longitude is the main to all the countries, and this was the what central longitude to all the countries, and Greenwich meridian has to be accepted most of the countries. Here if we observe the Greenwich meridian, as you are moving from 0 degree to eastern hemisphere, we have to add 1 day. As you are moving from the Greenwich meridian time to the western part, we have to subtract 1 day. So here we can call east gain added. EGA means what? East gain added. And here what? West loss subtract. When you are traveling from the 0 degree longitude to the western part, we have to subtract 1 day. When you are traveling from the 0 degree longitude to the eastern part, we have to add 1 day. Now we will discuss about the how which country, where it is located, and how we have to find the time zones. We will discuss in the now next topic. Now we will discuss how to find the time zones of the total Earth divide into the 360 degrees. How many? It divide into the 360 degrees. 180 degrees in western hemisphere. Here see, if you take, just now we observed in the picture, if you take on the globals, you see, as is the 0 degrees, here we can find 180 degrees, and here we can find 180. Total how much? 360 degrees in the eastern hemisphere and the western hemisphere. So here to cross 1 degree, Earth will take 4 minutes. How much? 4 minutes. Like that on the Earth, 24 time zones were drawn. 24 time zones were drawn. For 1 degree, how much Earth will take to rotate or revolve here? It takes 4 minutes. Total entire the Earth, how many time zones are divided into for us? 24 time zones here divided here. We will discuss. For example, at 0 degree longitude. For example, at 0 degree longitude, the time is 12 noon. Time is 12 noon. What is the time at 70 degrees east longitude? What is the time at 70 degrees east longitude? So what is the, we have one principle, to cross the Earth it takes for 1 degree 4 minutes. Now we have to find out for 70 how much. We will multiply 70 into 4. How much? 280. Now again we have to convert into the hours. It is a what? It came for us in the minutes. We have to convert into the hours. 70 4s are 280. So here what? 4 hours. So we can find, see, at the time of 0 degree longitude, what is the time here? 12 noon. Now here what happened? The time we can find here 4 hours. So at 70 degrees east longitude, it has become 4 PM time for us. So afternoon we can find what the time is here 4. This is the one type of model we can find in the time zone. We will go one more model. at 0 degree longitude, the time is 12 noon. What is the time at 120 degrees east longitude? So to cross 1 degree, how much Earth will take? 4 minutes. For 120, how much? 120 into 4, how much we can find? 404, 420, 8, 410, 4. Total how much? 480 minutes are there. These minutes we have to convert into now hours. It is called what? Up to here we got in the minutes answer. Now we have to find out the hours. 480, 60. 60 in what I will go? 60 8 480. So here what? Remainder 0. So what is the time now here for? We got 8. So we can find the time is how much? 8 p.m. is the answer.
Let us start our learning with the introduction to our planet Earth. Earth is believed to be in existence from 450 million years. Human beings arrived on Earth about 1 lakh years ago. In our solar system, Earth is the third planet and the distance between the Earth and the Sun is about 150 million kilometers. Our planet is a rocky planet with its surface covered with mountains, valleys, plains, canyons, etc. The Earth's atmosphere is composed of 78% nitrogen N2, 21% oxygen O2, and 1% of other gases. We, the human beings, have been exploiting our planet with the improper use of natural resources and through the destruction of forests, rivers, hills, animals, etc. The result of our carelessness led to the evolution of many environmental crises like global warming, pollution of air, soils, and water. Let us now know some important facts about our universe, the Sun, and the Earth. In the past, for almost thousands of years, human beings were trying to understand objects like the stars, the Sun, the Moon, and the planets, and how they are related to us. At that time, people were under wrong conception that Earth is stationary and all other objects revolve around it. But later, scientists declared it as a wrong conception and came up with a new understanding that the Earth is not in the center of everything and said it moves around the Sun, which rotates on itself. They even pointed out that stars are actually part of large groups called galaxies. In the universe, there exist millions of galaxies. According to them, universe itself started some 13.7 billion years ago with a theory called Big Bang. The universe evolved as a group of galaxies, with each galaxy being formed by many stars, planets, etc. However, the approximate time taken for these changes is over millions of years. Nowadays, human beings are investigating and trying to understand the actual phenomena of the universe. Many spaceships have been sent to the sky by human beings in order to find the phenomena. Thus, in brief, the Sun and the Earth are a part of universe which moves and changes constantly. Now, let us know how Earth acts as a planetary body. Similar to all the other planets of our solar system, the Earth rotates on its own axis, which is nearly circular and goes around the Sun in a fixed path called an orbit. Let us identify the correct image of Earth's orbit among the images shown on the screen. A circular path, an elongated oval path, a scaled oval path. The Earth's orbit is a scaled oval path as the Sun is at the center and 1.4 centimeter on one side and 1.5 centimeter on the other side. The farthest point of the Earth from the Sun is 152 million kilometers and the closest is 147 million kilometers. The speed at which the Earth completes its one revolution, that is traveling around the Sun, is 1,07,200 kilometers per hour, that is 365 1/4 days. The word Earth is derived from Greek word Earthe, which refers to ground, soil, dry land. Note: in India, the word Earth has multiple Sanskrit alternatives like Bhumi, Prithvi, Dharani, Avani, etc. Now, let us learn about the evolution of our planet Earth. Scientists observed that the formation of Earth is a result of various intermediate phases. In the initial stages, Earth was a ball of swirling dust and cloud which passed through a molten stage and then was bombarded by massive rocks and other materials from the space constantly. At molten stage, the Earth was very hot. The heavier particles which goes to the bottom formed part of molten core and lighter particles which comes to the top formed the layer of crust covering the molten interior. For example, boiled soup. After the soup is boiled, heavier particles tend to go to the bottom and lighter particles cool at the top. As the Earth's interior gets cooled and contracted, the outer crust is wrinkled, forming ridges or mountains and basins. For almost many years, Earth was lifeless, but slowly oceans were formed and then there evolved plants, animals, human beings over millions of years. Now, let us look at the internal structure of the Earth. It took several hundred years to understand the interior of the Earth. The internal structure of the Earth consists of three layers, namely crust, mantle, core. The core is divided into two sublayers, that is, outer core, inner core. Note: 1% of the volume of the Earth exists as crust, 16% as mantle, and 83% as core. Crust, Mantle, core. Click each tab to know more. Crust. The outer part of the Earth is called crust, which goes to a depth of 30 to 100 kilometers and consists of various kinds of rocks. The crust forms 1% of the volume of the Earth. Mantle. The thickness of the mantle is 100 to 2,900 kilometers. The upper part of the mantle is a pliable layer over which the crust floats, which consists mainly of chemicals called silicates. Core. The thickness of the core is 2,900 to 6,376 kilometers. It is composed of dense and heavy substances like iron and nickel. The core layer is divided into sublayers, namely outer core, inner core. Outer core. The thickness of the outer core is 2,900 to 5,100 kilometers, and it is composed of liquid metallic material like iron and nickel. Inner core. The thickness of the inner core is 5,100 to 6,376 kilometers and is composed of iron compounds and heavy substances like gold. Now, let us study about the movements of the Earth's crust. At present, the Earth is static, but during the formation of Earth, it was not fixed and had moved, collided, merged, then been torn apart again. Alfred Wegener, a German meteorologist and geophysicist in the early 20th century, postulated the theory of continental drift, which explains the present system of continents and ocean basins. According to Alfred Wegener, a huge supercontinent called Pangaea existed 225 million years ago, and then it broke into several parts and they later formed continents. He suggested that these continents moved away from each other while some continents collided with each other. He said that the supercontinent of Pangaea broke into two forms, namely Laurasia, presently North America, all of Eurasia, North Indian subcontinent; Gondwana land, present South America, Africa, India, Australia, Antarctica. These two blocks were separated by a long shallow inland sea called the Tethys Sea. Till now, we have seen the process of formation of Earth. Now let us look at the Earth's grid system. A network of latitudes and longitudes drawn on a globe is called grid. It is used to locate places and know about them on a map or on the surface of the Earth. With the help of grids, one can find out the directions of places, climate of places, time, etc. Latitudes, longitudes. Click each tab to know more. Latitudes. Latitudes is derived from the Latin word latitudo, which refers to width. These imaginary lines are drawn horizontally on the surface of the Earth and known as parallels since they are parallel to each other. Equator is the horizontal circle around the Earth that is exactly at the center and at equal distance from the north and south poles. The equator is called the 0 degrees latitude and splits the earth into two equal halves, northern and southern hemispheres. The latitudes are expressed in degrees, minutes, and seconds, just as the representation of angles in geometry. Latitudes range from 0 degrees equator to 90 degrees north, that is North Pole, and 90 degrees south, that is South Pole. There are no latitudes less than 0 degrees nor greater than 90 degrees. Each and every latitude is designated with the direction of north N or south S. There is no north and south designation for the equator. Hemisphere means half a sphere. It is divided into northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. The half portion of the earth that is between the equator and North Pole is called northern hemisphere. The half portion of the earth that is between the equator and South Pole is called southern hemisphere. There are 180 latitudes excluding the equator. The main latitudes are Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degrees north. Tropic of Capricorn, 23.5 degrees south. Arctic Circle, 66.5 degrees north. Antarctic Circle, 66.5 degrees south. Longitudes. Longitude is derived from the Latin word longitudo, means length, which indicates length or height of the map. Longitudes are semicircles that are connected from pole to pole. The vertical longitude lines are also known as meridians. A longitude running from pole to pole, which passes through the astronomical observatory at Greenwich, England, is called as prime meridian or Greenwich meridian or 0 degrees meridian. Many other countries tried to fix the longitude which passes through their place as the 0 degrees longitude. But England zeroed on Greenwich meridian and others also agreed with them. There are totally 360 main longitudes, which are divided into two groups, that is 0 degrees to 180 degrees, from east side or east longitudes, whereas 0 degrees to 180 degrees longitudes from west side or west longitudes. Similar to latitude, each and every longitude is represented in minutes and seconds. The longitude 180 degrees, which is directly opposite to 0 degrees longitude, is called the anti-meridian. Differences between latitudes and longitudes. Let us study about longitudes and the question of time. Longitudes and the question of time. The time taken for the sun to move 1 degree of longitude is 4 minutes. This represents that each degree of longitude has different time period. For example, when the sun is at 10 degrees east longitude, the local time is 12 noon, whereas it is 11:56 am at 9 degrees east and 12:04 pm at 11 degrees east.